defensive masterclass that we got to see in his semi-final. But I don't know, there's only one way to settle it. Does KCorp show up and look like their old selves, or does Jobless get the best of them with the addition of Nas?
And you know, KCorp was sitting back watching that match, just waiting, seeing if they were going to be going up against the up-and-coming juggernaut, what it looks like in Pluvo, or this Jobless roster that, they've seen quite a few times. And now we'll see exactly what Jobless with Nas now on the squad is going to be looking like against them.
This is a really interesting one because it really all comes down to who is going to determine what the pace of play of this series is and who's going to be falling behind on that. Right now, Jobless, pretty attack heavy. This is one of the better clears that we've seen out from KCorp, but immediately they get sent back to their own half here. Nas on the bump play, tries to drive this one forward towards that net. Still not going to be enough with two of those KCorp players lurking. Instead, it's a pinch down in the mid. A Tao trying to follow, zero boost to show for it. And first minute of gameplay goes scoreless.
Yeah, so solid stuff overall by both of these squads right now. As both teams, it seems like, are in that feeling out process that happens so often early in matches, especially in best of sevens. Game one especially is where you can really get a feel for how your opponent wants to play, how you want to play as a squad against it, see exactly what plan of attack you want to have. So right now, it's KCorp putting some pressure onto the backboard of Jobless. In an attempt close to the net, but it is going to be slightly off. Oli looking to get it past the defender. Squeaks to the middle, though, and that could spell trouble as Tao is going to be up for this, and that's just unacceptable for Jobless as they give that one up. A great steal from KCorp.
That was also just great positioning from Tao as well. He caught that ball getting pinched off of the ground right there, gave himself the space to pop it to the backboard. It was completely undefended. And he has basically the pick of the net on where he wants to place it, though. Off the kickoff, Atira barely beats out Ixo's attempt to follow up his touch there. This one, waterfall down, no follow-up through. That's a wasted opportunity for Jobless that they're not going to get back. And 3:11 on the clock, KCorp continue to just hang on with that one-goal lead.
Yeah, and that was honestly a mistouch by KCorp to even set that up. KCorp left it off the backboard. And we're the ones that made it waterfall right down. So if Jobless could have recognized that mistake, definitely could have capitalized on it for sure. And now, back into the KCorp half, Jobless looking to create some type of pressure. Maybe off the back of a demo play or a bump play, which we've seen both of these squads do exquisitely so far. Right now, neither squad really taking that extra step to overcommit on the offensive end, but maybe Nas is going to be the one to carry it through as he's able to fly high above the defense.
I love the patience from this, but more importantly, Ixo really, he went up, tried to force the bump, and that kind of put awkward positioning onto Tao because he didn't know if there was going to be a connect on it or not. So it forced him to play a little bit faster than he might have hoped. And Nas completely solos out, puts Jobless into a tied position as they enter the second half of this game.
And now Nas looking for the infield pass, or potentially another one. Would have been really big from this squad if they could have gotten another one on the board, but not going to be the case. It's KCorp's defense is holding strong. Tao already has one to his name in this game. Going to be looking to potentially make that two right here and now as it goes off the backboard. Ixo not able to get a touch to it, and Tao, just like that, had it set up from the rip. That was truly a beautiful setup, all from Tao.
I saw this coming a mile away. Oli and Ixo having to race back on literally no boost. It means all you have to do is give yourself a tiny bit of space, and Tao putting that on the sidewall there gave him the pick of where he wanted that in that net. One goal lead, potentially three, but Nas takes this away. Reset to try and set up his teammate there. No follow-up to come of it. And Jobless continue to trail by one. Tao around the corner here, traded off demos, and Tao looks for that corner angle, couldn't quite find it, and they just continue to hold on for the one-goal lead. That's a crazy clear. It's just a bit too high.
Yeah, Oli almost able to make it happen, but not quite. The chances were there. This Jobless roster is biting at the bit. They are waiting to strike, to find the crack in this KCorp defense. Right now, KC are the ones putting pedal to the metal. right up against that post. Almost able to force that one in, but heading back the other way with the clear is going to be Jobless.
Nas just slowing things down here in the mid. Follow from Oli, though. Slowly denied. A great challenge there from Tao as well. Every single attempt to inch this ball forward has been sent off or stopped by KCorp. And now Tao slowly trying to take that one forward. Nas, though, the one player you don't want to have. And Oli, musty forward. Attempt to waterfall. Nobody there. 45 seconds to go, though. And this could turn into a 2-goal lead. Oli keeps this one out. Tao up next. And Oli tries to make it clear. The follow-up from Ixo is successful. Into the corner they go, but that's a big one back out mid, and 30 seconds left to go. Jobless really got to work something together to get something on the board right now.
Yeah, time definitely becoming an issue for Jobless. They need to get a solid attempt at the net, but right now, it's been KCorp that have been able to keep it at bay with the demos, with the clears, and running out of time now is Jobless. Needing to really put together something, scrambling last second. Gonna have to keep this one up to force the overtime.
2 seconds on the clock. This one almost finding its way. Shout out to Rise, though. Keeping that one out. Gonna try and kill this ball. He does. KCorp take game number 1. This is just a really interesting matchup. Again, that one was very, very close. Probably more than KC would have liked it to be, but there does have to be a level of respect given to Jobless. These are two teams that have matched up before. Obviously, minus Nas because he was coming in for this EWC event here. But Ixo and Oli, obviously, they've competed in EU. They've gone up against Rise, Atao, and Vatira multiple times on many occasions. So they at least are familiar enough with each other to try and keep this close. Nas over 1, demo to the backboard, follow-up completely denied by Vatira. And that's the level of aggression and pressure you need if you're Jobless to be able to find some sort of opportunity to get in this.
Yeah, Jobless just looking for a window of opportunity, but right now KCorp are keeping that completely closed. 0-0 game, 30 seconds in, and KCorp looking to keep control of this one. Center from Rise, not on target. This one's going to be going back the other way as Nast is looking for, oh my goodness, looking for it all, but Vatira was right there to read it at the line.
Here's Rise. That pressure is not going to stop either. A minute into this. Scoreless. Very reminiscent of that game 1. Oli flick right into the hands of Vatira. Demo, though, onto him means Jobless had the opportunity to go forward, but even on no boosted Tao, make sure that these pressures and these transitions come in very, very frequently. 3:45 on the clock. The lurk from Vatira gives him a double off the sidewall. Rise playing the patient game. This one down, and Tao's got to get back. It's a 1v1 situation. Oli to try and make a center to a teammate, but nobody's there.
Yeah, it looked like Oli just waited just a tad bit too long, trying to fake out the defense. Maybe should have just went for it instead, as this one does get dropped dangerously in front of the net. And a vicious save coming in from Vatira to send this one wide. But is that going to be enough as another shot comes in, this time from Oli? Yet again, stopped one more time. KCorp keeping Jobless at 0.
Tao's still going. I like this from him. The few times we've seen, series with KC that were fairly close and everybody was very much questioning how aggressive and capable they were. He was the one falling behind, but on the flip side, Oli, he has been so heavily involved on this Jobless roster's attacks time and time again. He keeps them in this first on the board here in this game 2.
Yeah, Jobless really needed to get the first goal for sure because, momentum is such a big thing, as well as confidence. And anytime you're going up against a squad that has the capabilities of a team like KC, oh my goodness, how did none of those go in? When you're going up against a squad that's this good, you want to get off to an early start. You don't want to get into that early deficit in any of these games because that's just going to spell trouble for you. Now, granted, Jobless has shown that they've got the ice. They clutched it up with a 0-second goal in game 7. But the thing is, they don't want to see game 7, right? You don't want to have to put yourself in that position again. KCorp are looking to probably end this one in 4 if possible. They want to end this one as quickly as possible to not give Jobless any type of hope in this series, because we've seen what happens when you give a squad that on paper might not be as good as you a little bit of hope.
Yep, for sure. I think definitely shutting Jobless out, at least keeping them down 0-2 at a time, is going to be really crucial to not only messing with them, you know, in their physical play, but a little bit more on the mental side too, because you're really just extending a journey that is harder and harder to complete. Vatira trying to push this one on in. It's not working. The Jobless defense has gotten only stronger with time since they've gotten that first goal on the board. They're guarding that goal pretty much with their lives right now. Vatira flip reset forward, just not enough power to make a play. Center to no man's land. A towel just too far behind and off. And that means Jobless get to go on attack.
Here we go. We'll see exactly if they're going to be able to get that second goal on the board. But right now, KCorp still doing a nice job of challenging. Vatira in the 1v2. He's going to take it by his lonesome, but Oli's going to be there. Vatira read it correctly, and that's going to set up a towel with the follow-up. And that was really all Vatira. That was just patience by him, understanding, okay, I'm not going to score here, but if I can get rid of this one and send it right up to the middle, a towel will be right there to clean it up. And that's exactly what happened.
And that's on communication and rotation too. KCorp playing a lot more closer together than they have in games past and even series past in general. Having that quick counter to one initial touch after the other is really going to set you apart from Jobless right now, because that's pretty much what they've been handing out to them as well. Lots of quick follow-ups after those first attacks coming out. But 50 seconds on the clock here, tied game. A Tau reset over 1, pass 2, not in under 3. It's Nas to keep out, but Rise wants that pressure to keep going, completely denied, and it's a clear and a little bit of breathing room for Jobless.
And that was exactly what they needed, just a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of air. And right now, 30 seconds remaining. This is such a big goal right here. Is KCorp gonna go up 2-0, or Jobless gonna tie things up? Tau looking to take it over the defense, and he's gonna be able to clutching it up. KCorp doing what they need to the best.
This is a crazy shot too. The air dribble into the reset over, and that is as low to the bar as you can get. 1 goal lead at 19 seconds. KCorp are back in this.
Back like they never left. Great stuff coming in from this squad right now. Gonna keep this advantage, but Oli says, I might have something to say about it, but saved away by a Tau. Yet again, the clutch plays are coming out in bunches for this KCorp roster, and they are gonna take the 2-0 advantage in a nail-biter of a game number 2.
Knock on wood. I mean, props to, you know, may the best team win sort of situation, but I'm in agreement with you 100%. I don't think Jobless played a bad game by any means. It's just that KCorp is having these really impactful clutch moments, and then they know how to hold on to it. And that is a very difficult task to really have to go up against in challenge and figure out for yourself. So Jobless headed into game 3, down 2 in the series, trying to get back into this one, and it's starting out the way it has in the past. KCorp just completely on the attack. Jobless finally out. This one to the backboard, no follow-up to be given, and Tau tries to follow up with his own touch around the corner. Round 1 completely stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, he's able to put that one on target, cleared away though. Tau back to the middle. Rise is going to be able to redirect this one, but it goes right to the defense. Now we got a big clear coming out, and this one might be a nice chance for Jobless to get on the board first. Yet again, stopped in its tracks as it goes straight across the net. It's going to be Vatira up high, and anytime he's up high with space, you got to look out. Rise makes it go even higher. He's waiting for it, trying to make the superstar play, but the defense, yet again, is going to be able to get this full clear and try to start some offensive pressure for Jobless.
Yeah, here it's really rough for Jobless too, because they're so boxed in. Ixo just having to use everything in the tank to get out of his half, excuse me. And as soon as he reaches there, KCorp just say, oh, well, we've been lurking that third man there. You're going to put it into the hands of him, and we're going to clear this one back out. And that's happening every single time. Vatira, demo on a Nas, 2v2 situation here. Still, they don't find their way on through. But KCorp looking very dangerous as this ball continues to float around the net there. Nobody gonna force the attack on it from KC. Instead, they'll race back home and just take their chances with trying to transition out again.
So far in this one, a couple minutes in. Demo coming out on both sides. Gonna be opening things up just a tad bit for a second attempt. He's back with the save, not able to get the full clear. Ixo sends it to the corner. Now it's gonna be Nas up off the backboard, but directly to the defense of KC. Now we're heading back the other way toward the Jobless half. Are they gonna be able to stop this pressure? Yes, they are, as they get back nice and clean. The infield pass is right there. Ixo, what a pass as the give and go play from Jobless works out to perfection.
This is such a banger of a play too, but I gotta give props to Ixo for just being able to hold his own. He got bumped by his teammate and still managed to put himself in a position where he was able to make that touch. Crossbar down and in. Jobless first on the board here in game number 3. Rise looking to respond, takes his time, completely sent off by Ness. And KCorp lurking patiently. You see the demo. It's a free goal for Oli. Jobless up 2-0.
Jobless doing a solid job of coming out with their heads up high, especially after the timeout, and being able to put together a couple of solid goals halfway through this game to go up. They're going to be feeling really good about their chances in this one.
They look so great right now, but honestly, the level of aggression they're coming in with is so needed off the kickoff. Nash and Oli working together off this one. First off, that's just a great 50 by Nash, but a better follow-up from Oli. 3-0, quick build upon the 2 first goals that they got right there as they enter the second half of this game in a great position.
Yeah, right now, Jobless are trying to say GG, go next to KCorp and say we'll meet you in game number 4. But right now, KCorp, they've shown that they can answer back in rapid succession, almost like that, and there we go. It's out. Getting on the board, brings it within 2. Still plenty of time left on the clock.
Oh yeah, there's more than enough time. If you're Jobless, you cannot count them out, but realistically, you got to be so methodical with your defense right now. You cannot just be throwing yourself at this ball because, again, KCorp going to be very slow and calculated with their follow-ups to make sure every attempt turns into a successful goal. Rise off the ceiling. This one from the backboard, followed from a towel collected by Nas and stopped in its tracks. But same can be said for Vatira. Less than 2 minutes to go. Ixo, slow shot towards net and a towel to collect in the corner. And I like this from KCorp. It's a little bit more of a slower game, but realistically, it's giving them the opportunity to keep this ball a lot closer than they have been before.
Dangerous in front of the net one more time, but Atau is going to be there to send this one away. Now Jobless still doing what they can on this offensive end, looking for the center potential. Nothing there for Nas just quite yet. Gonna have to redo this one. This one gets sent back to the mid, punted all the way to the end, and oh man, a little bit of a whiff there came out. The Jobless holding their line strong, making sure that this isn't gonna be a closer game than needed. Is right now Jobless feel very good with that 3-1 advantage, that extra cushion that they have. KCorp though, they are prowling, just waiting for their opportunity. And honestly, that opportunity might come sooner than later, as right now Rise is up for this one, but Nas is as well, and he's going to send it back the other way.
Tira's trying to go for that challenge to follow from Atau. Really, he has been the key player in the KCorp offense. He has been involved on pretty much every single play that wasn't a solo from Rise. So I gotta hand it to them, but that does make things a little bit more difficult. 30 seconds left to go. Vatira tee up from the center wall, immediately sent back by Ixo. Jobless just having to hold on for 20 more seconds before they can put a foot back into the series here. Vatira looks for a bump. Ixo sends off the ball, and Jobless wasting seconds as this one rolls in. That's gonna claim game. Jobless get their first win in the series.
Yeah, they're going to be feeling great getting that one under their belt right after the timeout, holding KCorp to only 1 goal as well. Great performance all around in this game number 3 from Jobless.
And there is a chance, I mean, there never isn't not, but like you literally would have had to have scored off the kickoff right there. I feel bad calling a game like that. But Jobless just looks so strong. This one eventually is going to hit the ground. But props to Jobless for being able to, you know, get back into the swing of things off this and not really letting that 2-0 above them you know, kind of mess with their mentality.
We love every single person tuned in, and we want to thank you all for tuning in and enjoying this time with us as well, because we are having a blast.
Yep, for sure. This is our third week here in the EWC Community Cup. Only one more left to go, but before we can focus on NA, EU has to claim their champion for this weekend. KCorp versus Jobless right here.
This is where you got to really step up to the plate if you are KCorp to stop this Jobless roster in their tracks. And oh man, here we go. That's out. Already off the break, 30 seconds in, getting the first one on the board.
Yeah, I like this, but again, I feel like there is a lot of pressure on Atao right now to perform. He really has been so crucial on both ends of the field for KCorp to find any bit of success right now. So definitely working together to open things up for him. If he's the player that you want to send up field to really take those shots, so be it. But the same can be said for Jobless. Nax really has been the one to try and stop and slow down. Batira, no connect on that bump play. Instead, Rise is going to make a touch, just slow things down a little bit here. 45 seconds into this match. And KCorp, they're holding on to a 1-goal lead.
And a solid job for now of keeping this Jobless roster at bay. They're going to need to do it for much longer. Mainly because this Jobless roster has not went away quietly whatsoever, and I don't expect them to, and I think KCorp knows that. So right now, KC needing to keep this pressure on. One goal more than likely will not be enough to decide this game.
Oh, absolutely not. We've seen this with Jobless before, where they're very, you know, once they get on that attack and they start scoring, it becomes a complete shootout, and it's really hard to stop them in that momentum. But the same can be said for KCorp. Once KCorp really figure out the flow state and the formula to get around the defense, it's just rinse and repeat time and time again. They're aware that their passing plays are getting intercepted way more times than not, so they're trying to figure out something new. But right now, name of the game, hold on to your 1-goal lead, defend it with your life, and slow Jobless down.
Oli right now looking to make sure that that speed stays intact. Ixo gets the center, but booming clear comes through, and Nas is going to need to collect this one and restart this offensive. Wait a second. I said they're going to need to restart the play. I didn't mean that they were going to have an open shot on net immediately. What in the world was this? Nobody was back. You literally see nobody in blue on the pitch in that. That's insane. In the replay, you see literally nobody back. I don't know what miscommunication happened on the side of KC, but they need to figure that out.
Yeah, Vatira just went up a little bit too far. It's just, if you're going for a challenge and there's no connect on it, your momentum forward is just too much to stop. And then, like you see, it's these big, wide open nets. All you have to do is put a clear on target at that point, and it's basically free. This one, having to be let go. I mean, you saw it. Who was left in that net right there? Hold on. Okay, so Rise goes back. He goes for that challenge and wins it. And Atao, it's unfortunate timing. It's rough positioning, but that is just a great amount of heavy pressure from Jobless.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jobless right now doing a great job of just keeping the momentum up, especially after finding a couple goals after being down in this game, and looking for a potential third, but no power behind that shot whatsoever, which means Atao is going to get the easy clear. Still in KCorp's half, looking to get it out and find some type of pressure, but the demo comes into Vatira. Can be stopping that one in his tracks. Not Nas able to take it past one, takes it past two, and only secures it. My goodness, Nas able to dribble it past everybody.
A 1-to-1 air dribble, one end of the field to the other. And Oli, just to really ensure that it goes through, gets that last little cleanup touch. But that was all Nas. Jobless up by 2 with 2 minutes left on the clock. KCorp got to find a way to get back into this one. Vatira reset forward. This one falls back into the hands of Rise, and he's got to try again. A quarter of a tank of boost to work with is not enough against a team like Jobless. They've got so much momentum and space. He tried to double off the backboard. This one doesn't find its way on through, but Jobless, they're in a great position here in terms of being able to hold KCorp back.
Yeah, right now, Jobless just got to keep this one going. 90 seconds left. It's looking like they're more than likely going to get this game, but you got to understand this KarmingCorp roster can easily score a couple of goals in quick succession. So if you are Jobless, you have to stay on your laurels defensively right here and now. And that's exactly what they do. Jobless waiting on the post to clear this one out yet again.
Just over a minute and you're trailing by 2. This is rough for KarmingCorp too, because they haven't been allotted any space to take a couple shots on that net. They're trying to force them, but Jobless is just doing a great job position-wise to be able to hold everything back. Double demo, and you can just walk it in if you are Vatira, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. 48 seconds on the clock. KarmingCorp put themselves in a position to stay in this game.
Vatira with the patience, able to get it right past Ixo, and now we got ourselves a really interesting situation. KC, 48 seconds left on the clock, looking for the comeback. The kickoff strats aren't there, but the demo is. Rise taking out Nas, but is it gonna matter as a shot on goal comes in from Jobless, cleared away by a Tau.
It's not gonna stop here. 30 seconds left. Nas just gonna try and waste time, reset to air dribble. A Tau's touch just barely skims it, but still it goes in favor of Jobless. Nas from the ceiling and down, no follow-up. Instead, Vatira gonna work together with KC. Reset towards the net, off the backboard. Rise makes his placement. It pinballs around and out. That had to have gone in. You have one last opportunity. No boost in the tank. KarmingCorp, it's falling out of their hands. This hits the ground, and Jobless take the game by the... Gonna run away from you, KarmingCorp. They looked so good and like themselves in that game number 3, but game number 4 was a whole other ball game. Off the kickoff though, Rise there to win it for his team in the corner, set up to a Tau. The speed is too much for Jobless. I loved this kickoff, sending Rise upfield, and again, just a great amount of pressure and speed from a Tau. Early game lead, 5 seconds in.
Yeah, that was exactly the start KarmingCorp was looking for, and hey, you stated it, no timeout. They went right back into the action, understanding probably the mistakes that they made and that they were just a millisecond, literally an inch away from scoring and tying it up in that last game. So probably feeling all right to just start this one back up and keep that timeout in their back pocket for a potential game 7.
Tira just trying to slow this play down. Jobless lurking around that blue half there as they retreat back, low on boost. Oli's got enough. He tried to find Ixo. This is an interceptive touch that puts it back into the favor of KarmingCorp. This one's left to Vatira. His touch goes out to the corner there. Not the best of placements, but still pressure in the favor of KC. Rise around 1. Tries to get the flick over 2. Instead has to go for the bump because it's a bit awkward. And that first minute of gameplay really just dependent heavy on the fact that KarmingCorp got that first kickoff goal there. They try to go for the bump play and build off of it, but Jobless, as time's going on, defensively just looking stronger and stronger.
Right now, Vatira up high, looking for the center to the corner. Gonna get it again, but not able to get the touch he was looking for. Rise sends it over 1, and that was just an all-out mistake. That was a breakdown coming in from the side of Jobless. As the defense crumbles, Rise gets it over 1, plays bully ball down low, makes the player commit, and a Tau with the easy cleanup. That right there is just a thing of beauty, and that's the definition of applying pressure to the point of breaking.
Yeah, that's just a crazy amount. That first challenge there from Ixo was a little bit awkward because he tried to defend it with the nose of his car, but Rise, his bump in the background really, again, just opened it up, and that's kind of been what KC have needed to be successful, having that first player go and open up a path for the second man. That's pretty much been the only way they've been able to find themselves into that net recently. And they got to try it again. Vatira trying to send this to the backboard. Great read there from Ixo to slow it down. Low on boost though, and no big boost spawn. Means Rise is going to take this one away. A little bit awkward on the catch, but air dribbles it down to Vatira, and it's teamwork to slot this one in. 3-0 for KarmingCorp.
Absolute nasty work coming in as Vatira is going to guide that one right over Nas. Nas wasn't able to get anything on it and get the clear, and now KarmingCorp running away with this game number 5, at least for now. We got to remember, there is still more time left on the clock than there isn't. But I'm going to be honest, if KorP keep on scoring like this one might be over sooner than later.
I'd completely agree. Off the kickoff, just complete beat out there. Poor Nas, just egos for challenge, just no connect on it. And 4-0, just like that. Less than 3 minutes to go for Jobless to respond to 4 unanswered goals right now. Here's the opportunity to do one. Low boost, Vatira still keeps it out. And they're trying to do centers, but no one's there. Rise is just going to clear it. You're pretty much wasting time. That's all you have to do. You're so far ahead that you don't have to force any play that isn't, really coming to you. Rise over 1. Atao, you can see it. He's not going to force anything that isn't really being handed to them right now because it's not worth the risk.
And not worth it whatsoever. You just want to play safe. Half the game is over. Right now, KorP have an extremely comfortable lead. You really just got to play solid, not overcommit on the offensive end. And for the rest of the way, realistically, you should be good to go.
Ooh, that's a great save there from Atao, too. Pretty intensive shot there from Ixo. Nas, 2 reset, 3 reset, forward and in. You can bring out all the mechs you want, but nothing is going through that brick wall. The blue wall just continues to stay strong as they want to force that match point. And Jobless, they've tried everything in their power to get back into this game, but it is just not enough. KorP, they look like themselves from the early stages of the series.
And just really back on track is KorP, but just like that, Oli getting a goal, at least making Jobless feel better about their efforts in this game 5. But the question is it really going to amount to anything? It was a solid play, good bump, but they need a lot more of that.
A lot more teamwork on this one too. It was a great pass there from Nas to Oli, although I don't think it registered on it, but again, still it was teamwork to even break into that half in general. Now you're only trailing by 3, 1:23 on the clock here. Jobless and going to try and work together on this one. Great disruptive touch. This one goes down low and out to the other side of the field. And KorP just going to try and clear this ball, take a couple shots, maybe a goal off of a 50, but Oli keeps us on the hood of his car. And Jobless losing time that they desperately need to be able to get back into this.
Right now, Vatira at the back, just playing defense solidly right now. But Atao is going to take that away and say, you know what? Defense into offense is the name of the game. Currently up by 3 with 50 seconds left. If KorP do go on the offensive end, it's more than likely just going to need to be a super flashy play because their defense needs to step it up with so little time remaining, and Jobless on the hunt yet again.
I mean, you talk about needing a flashy play, maybe, just some nice, solid, good old-fashioned connections could be enough. 41 seconds left on the clock. Ixo and Oli, the duo of Jobless, putting their team in a position to have some sort of a chance, but that's all mixed with hope right now. KorP just got to play a defensive 30 seconds. Ixo leaves this one down. Nasa's follow-up a bit too slow off the sidewall here. All 3 members of Jobless pushed up. It's a miss on the defense, but nobody to make a connection with it, and this could run away from Jobless.
Yeah, I thought Jobless had it right there. Another chance, but this one's blocked away by Atao. And yeah, if they were going to have another goal in this one, it had to be there, and that's not going to be the case. So now KorP put themselves on series point. 1 game away from taking home 5,500 point on tournament point. They can clutch this one up. They are going to be feeling amazing, especially after how this tournament went as a whole for them. This tournament was not smooth sailing whatsoever, but as long as you're able to pull out the victory in the end and get first place, all those losses and all those mishaps can all just be lessons in the end.
Exactly. KorP really got to just lock in here. Know that they've taken down Jobless 3 times already. Those last 2 can be flukes in your mind if you want. Whatever helps you sleep at night. KorP, though, trying to get around the defense. Atao trying to solo play it, but 3 is just too much to go against here. Oli to break his team into that blue half. Follow-up shot, completely denied. Second touch, a little bit too wide, but it was a good attempt nonetheless.
Good attempt, but they're going to need to convert, and right there, dangerous chance as Jobless almost able to punch one home. It's going to be Ixo's turn now. Going for the solo play, and did give it a nice little shove, but Rise is going to be right there. Not enough power behind it to make any real noise, and now it's going to be Nasa's turn. He was trying to do anything he can to find the center, but Ixo gets that intercepted and taken away.
This is just a good amount of pressure from Jobless, too. That's what they need if they want to be able to get back into this series, because technically, momentum-wise, KCorp has the favor, although Ixo's going to stop it in its tracks from the midfield line. Spots out the touch. Vatira, he lost this one. And Ixo, he catches it, goes for the shot, beats out that last defender, and puts Jobless on the board first.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of Jobless, is them coming out with confidence, being able to get the first goal, looking to force this game at number 7, which would be a wild situation to be in. Oh, but then just like that, a Tao able to snipe this one.
I like this too. I mean, Vatira just carried it straight down to him, and that's just great placement on a Tao. Again, he's been that player where he has been fed the ball so much, not even just throughout this series, but even the weekend. He really has been that key difference maker for KCorp in the EWC Community Cup.
Just going to be looking to keep this going here and now. Another chance for Rise, who's going to rise to the occasion and take this one away. And Vatira says, thank you very much. I'll take that one from you, Rise. And either way, a solid setup coming out. KC get the advantage yet again.
Oh man, this is a shot that I feel like I've seen a million times from them, and it never gets dull. It's always fun working together. That's a great duo as well. Rise and Vatira, the synergy as time is going on is just getting better and better for them, and even more connected, really. 3 minutes on the clock, though. 1 goal lead, potentially 2 right here as Nas sends this one back. Vatira will give it right back to him. And Ixo trying to break out. Ole spots the open net, and just like that, Jobless tie up game number 6.
Got an all-equal game yet again. Both of these squads battling it out, not leaving any stone unturned. They are both giving it their all out here on the pitch. It's exactly what you want to see in a pivotal game 6.
Kickoff back into the center there. This one, Orange trails all the way back into the Jobless half. Vatira center over to a Tao. He's got the beat bottom 90 laser beam to put KCorp back in the lead.
They needed an answer, and that was it. A Tao going to be making sure that they have the advantage in this one. Jobless thought that they had this one under control, but KCorp answered back with 2 exceptionally fast goals.
Yeah, and this is what you need too. Even off the kickoff, Rise is going to just continue to extend it there, and this is what we've seen in the past where KCorp, they get those kickoff goals and they just continue to beat off of it every single time. And I like this from them, especially when they send Rise upfield. Those 1v1s against him, they've been lost quite a few times here. So 2-goal lead with less than 3 minutes to go. That's a great position for KCorp to be in. Puts a lot more pressure onto Jobless to try and catch up though.
Yeah, right now Jobless are definitely feeling the pressure. This is where you're starting to get a little bit nervous. Knees weak. We ain't gonna go into the full thing, but y'all know it. Right now, Jobless shaking a little bit. Gonna need to clutch up in this one. We've seen them do it before. They can get a couple of goals, but right now, it's gonna be tough against this KC roster, especially when they're playing like this, as Vatira wins out the challenge and sends that one true.
I mean, game 6, it's been a long day. You want to say this phrase, right? KCorp, their knees are weak, their arms are heavy, they're ready to go home and end it all here. 2:10 on the clock with a 3-goal lead on Jobless. Jobless really just, they don't look as in it as they did before. It's too easy for KCorp to get around them. And as the clock ticks down, if Jobless can't find anything in this next minute or so, I feel like it's fair to call game, but you never really know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at how this is going, I wouldn't be surprised if Jobless hasn't been able to come back from a deficit like this yet in this series, and they found themselves in a couple, and Now Atout on the defensive end, still going to be looking to clear this one away because Jobless are on the hunt, not giving up at all, and you wouldn't expect them to because guess what? This squad's come back in the series from being down 0-2 and now looking to potentially score 3 goals back to back to back to force an overtime. It's going to be a tough thing to do, but it is possible. But I don't know if it's going to be possible if Atout scores again, and that's exactly what's going to happen, as that right there should be it. Signed, sealed, delivered. KCorp should be your Esports World Cup Community Cup champions.
I mean, there is plenty of time to attempt to pull off the crazy. I think the most amount of goals I've seen in a short period was like 3 in like 14 seconds or something nuts like that. So minute 17, Jobless does have the opportunity to do something really funny and borderline impossible, but you got to get out of your own half to start that attack. Rise from the corner. No connect on that ball means it falls to Oli, and no boost means it's going to be harder to keep it in that half, but he does manage to take a shot, and 1 minute remains between KCorp and winning a grand final.
And this one is looking great right now. That had to have gone in if Jobless wanted any chance in the world. And coming back in this one, that's not going to happen, not going to be the case, as it's going to be KCorp stepping all over the necks of Jobless yet again in this one. The wins that they've gotten in this series have been dominant. The losses have been close, but KCorp looking like they are going to be prevailing, taking home $5,500.
20 seconds left. It has been so long since we've seen KCorp in a grand final. It's been so long since we've just seen KCorp play at this level in a while. The last time we saw them was the Copenhagen Major in March, and they went top 4. Today, though, in the EWC Community Cup, they go out in first place. This one hits the ground. KCorp are your European EWC Community Cup champions.